and good morning. I want to thank Ian, first of all, for that wonderful intro. Thank you. What do you all think? I have a question for you. What do you all think of when you think of daily news outlets? You think of CNN, you think of MSNBC, Fox News, stuff like that. You think of anchors like Rachel Maddow, Wolf Blitzer, Anderson Cooper, people like that. Well, because of Jon Stewart and The Daily Show, you can also include the Comedy Central in that list. For over 15 years, Jon Stewart has been giving the news, from giving daily news and daily updates on political happenings around the world for over 15 years. But 2 weeks ago today, he announced his future retirement. He didn't retire, but he announced his future retirement. There we go. From the Daily Show. His contract expires in the fall, and he doesn't know whether he's going to retire in the summer, fall, next year. It really just depends on when they get a replacement for him, or if they are going to at all. I don't think they should. I think they should end with them, but that's my personal opinion. Today I'm going to talk to you about the format, the history, and the impact that he and the show has had on politics, the country, and the world, really. Okay, well, Jon Stewart took over for Craig Kilgore in 1999 when he was 36, and he's 52 now, so he's been doing it for 16 years, 17 years. He was a writer since 1996 until 1999 for the show, when the show started, since its inception. The show covers daily political occurrences through satire and hyperbole. It's aimed to use humor and use, like I said, hyperbole in extreme situations to truthfully convey political events that are happening that day and ongoing political events. It includes, it's centered around Jon Stewart. He's the host, he's the guy, but they also have a fully staffed, or a full staff of correspondents that he goes to, for daily clips, stuff like that, for interviews, help, and such. Excuse me. Okay, so it starts out with him, for 10, 12 minutes, giving those daily updates, whatever. And then they go to commercial break, and then they go to the correspondent, which is either a live action thing where they're on set, they have a green screen behind them where they're supposed to be. If they're doing a story on Iraq, they have Iraq behind a war zone. Or it's a recorded segment where they've done interviews with political figures, people like that. It's always supposed to be funny, but sometimes they're more informative than others. And then they always go to a daily guest. They always have a new daily guest every single day. And it ranges from anyone from authors, actors, political figures, humanitarians, sports figures, anyone you can imagine. I mean, he's had anyone from, here we go. He's had Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I mean, he's had a wide range of variety of people on his show for guests. And then he always concludes with what he calls the moment of Zen. It's a small clip at the end of the show where most of the time it's aimed to just poke fun at somebody, as some news correspondent figure or political figure. But sometimes he uses the moment of Zen to tribute to someone who has just died, or it's supposed to be an honor. And that's what I'm going to show you now. This is a tribute for the recently deceased Stuart Scott.
People always ask me, what do you watch on television? Well, one of the things I watch the most is ESPN. And one of the greatest people that I ever saw on ESPN is Stuart Scott. So here it is.
If you're Warren Moon, what are you doing at this hour? Watching Sports Night? We know.
Call Canerco Butter, because he is on a roll.
The big 7'1", 330-pound brother who strides up court like this after bringing down the house.
Top 5. Oh yeah! Swoops with the steal. Swoops, there it is. On the better where the party is. Swoops, there it is.
I'm going to close that because it's going to play another video. Okay. Okay. The impact of the show has been immense. According to IMDb, the show has won 18 Primetime Emmys, 2 Peabody Awards for their coverage of the 2000 and 2004 presidential elections, and 1 Grammy in 2005 for Best Comedy Album. So it spans across a wide range of outlets. It airs globally on 4 continents. The show has also launched the careers of many important and famous media figures today. People like Stephen Colbert, Ed Helms, Steve Carell, and John Oliver have all got their starts as correspondents on the show. And this is all according to Margaret Lyons over at Vulture.com. But the real immeasurable impact of the show, has been the millions of the people, mostly young, around the world and around this country, who otherwise would not have delved into this beautiful world of politics. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions for Jonathan? Questions for Jonathan?
Yes,
Do you think he'll make a good replacement for Brian Williams?
I think he would. They haven't announced that, but he's gone into serious. I mean, he's always done the comedy routine for Comedy Central, but he's like this past summer he took a break from the show to go do a documentary on, I forgot the guy's name, but it was someone in Iran who was persecuted for his political beliefs, and it was a couple of years ago, and so he did a journal, whatever, what do you call that? A documentary on that.
So you do believe
I do believe
serious?
Yes, he can definitely be serious, because he definitely has his times in the show where he gets serious. He wants to tell you the news and that's it, and so I think he's perfectly capable. It'll be different for him because he won't be able to do any comedy on NBC Nightly News, I mean, but I think he's perfectly capable. Yes?
How effective do you think he would be in politics? I think you stated that he was possibly going to go into politics, but how effective do you think he would be?
Well, to start out, he's been asked that question, of course, and he has always, I don't want to say vehemently denied it, but he's always denied the fact that he will go into politics. I don't know. Because he's definitely a man of the people that enjoy him. The people that like him really like him. And I don't know. Because politics is a whole different world than journalism. It's hard for me to say. It's because journalism and TV and media, you can get out there and say whatever you want, whatever you need to, or whatever. But I mean, politics, you got to get out there and say what your staff tells you to say, whatever. It's different. It's hard for me to say. Yes.
Where do you think he's going to go, or after his retirement?
I don't know. I honestly, I kind of believe that he'll just go into movie making, documentary, stuff like that. I think he'll want to stay independent. I don't think he'll want to be tied down. Because he talked about how he really enjoyed doing the documentary this past summer over on set, on location, and I'm pretty sure it was Iran. And I think that's where we'll see him in the next couple of years. Any more questions? All right, thank you. Sorry.